Do you think we need to be delivered from our ancestors? Do you think a person that is from your ancestors needs to be delivered for the fact that they believe in their ancestors?
If they're a child of God like me and they're worshiping ancestors, then yes, they need deliverance. Because you cannot worship a living God and then worship the dead that are his children.
We don't worship the dead, but we acknowledge that they are there.
For example, as a Christian, you cannot mix the two. And that is God's truth.
So what do you say with the fact that I have pastors who are my clients, and the reason why churches are full today
The pastor is not God. That's a problem.
No. A pastor is
a
like
human
you.
being.
It's
Yeah.
like you. Umntana kaNkulunkulu. But I'm saying to you now, what's your opinion about
It's
our pastor?
wrong. It's wrong.
Wait, what is your opinion about there are pastors who
Yes.
I gave them helps ukuthi amasonto abo agcwale nigcwele esontweni because of lo muthi lo.
Okay.
Awugcwala some of you Christians don't go to church because nifuna ukuya esontweni. Sinikeza abafundisi mithi ukuthi banidonse nize esontweni nizokhona ukunikela. So I'm asking you ukuthi what is your opinion on that? Uyabona ukuthi kunama Christians who are praising uNkulunkulu but under a blindfold because thina suke sibanike umuthi bakuthi bahambe baze bafike esontweni.
That's true. And that's why God is raising people like me. Abangasabi lutho. Who are walking with God because we know he's the King of Kings. Who will speak the truth because nobody pays me for what I do. I do it because I love people.
Yeah.
I do it because I was lost.
Because God
and I
sent you.
understand what it's like to be lost. I'm doing this because I was desperate. And I understand what desperation can lead you into places.
So are you saying you're one of the people that I spoke about because of need desperate? Because you were desperate, not because you had a calling.
Let me put it my way, but I will answer your question. Because I moved away from God, and when I did that, I gave the enemy a chance to deceive me. And once I was deceived, I believed my ancestors could replace my God. And once I did that, I started serving my ancestors instead of serving my God. And then my God came back and said, your ancestors are my children. Bow to me and not to your dead mother. Bow to me and not to your dead grandfather. Worship me and trust me. I became unfaithful to a faithful God. I became impatient with a God who is patient with me. I walked away from a God who loves me unconditionally simply because uthathi BM away from me. The same bloody BM ngiyithole kuye. The fame that I have, I didn't even have to go to school for. I prayed, I fasted, I believed what God said, and I worked according to it. And to answer your question, ngabefundisa benza izinto ukuthi aze kuwe sisi athi ufuna umuthi wanwani. That is wrong. That's exactly what God is talking about.
So you guys, Thabiso, who resigned from bongoma and found God and got born again, recently went to Gogo Skhotheni's podcast to have a conversation about Christianity and religion, and he has received praises for being able to stand firm to Gogo Skhotheni and actually defend Christianity. And when Gogo Skhotheni asked him a question, if people who believed in ancestors should be delivered for believing in them, he said if a person is a child of God like him and they are worshipping ancestors, then they should definitely be delivered, because he says we cannot be worshipping a living God and worshipping also the dead. So he further went on to explain that we cannot worship the two. God is the only entity that we should be praising or worshipping, you guys. Now, Skhotheni went on to reveal to him that she has Christian pastors who often consult to her for helps to make their churches full and also for success of the churches and to enrich themselves. Thabiso obviously stated that those pastors are not God. Obviously, they should face, or they will rather face, the consequences one day. He also revealed that the reason why he decided to twasa, and according to him, he did that because he moved away from God. He gave the devil an opportunity to rather deceive him. He believed ancestors could replace maybe God, and that he was sadly mistaken. And as later, God came to him and told him to believe only to him, the creator of the heaven and the earth, and not to the dead. Please do engage with me in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet done so that you don't miss out whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for clicking and actually watching this one.